What's up, it's LDreTv here. Welcome back to my series Cop or Drop, where we talk about the latest gear in the music industry and if you should cop it or if you should drop it. Let's dive into this one. This one's a big deal.
I am Barack Obama. I am Barack Obama.
So I'm sure you guys have all heard about the Orchid by Telepathic Instruments. Apparently Tame Impala has something to do with this, but they dropped it, I forgot about it, and I missed out. So they're doing a second drop. So this is a serious cop or not, because if I'm not mistaken, bro, like this shit is expensive. I think they got hit with tariffs, bro. Shout out to our fucking president. Here's the original video that dropped though. Let's watch this real quick. So this is
Orchid. Orchid looks like a synth with a keyboard and some buttons. But Orchid is not just a synth. Orchid is more like an ideas machine.
Aesthetic.
How do we use an ideas machine? Let's start with a note. Play a melody. Whatever comes to mind. Maybe not that.
Okay.
All right.
That was pretty
Let's
good.
try a chord. How do you play E flat major? Hold the major button and then the E flat key. Now try minor. Back to major. Add an extension for more notes, like a ninth.
Oh,
or a
that's
seventh.
fun.
6/9. But be careful of too much jazz. Want to sound a little more human? Animate your chord. Strum it like a guitar. Now find your chord's voicing.
I've honestly
Take this
never
wheel
seen
for
this,
a
guys.
spin.
I just saw what it looked like.
That's a little low. Bring it up a bit. Keep going. Why not? You got so many notes to play with. Send it to the moon.
Wow, I like that.
Keep following that.
I like that a lot.
Let's try a different sound.
Oh, it's built. It has built-in sounds.
Now
It's
we're on our
hardware?
way to something. Something
Oh, I should have
we've
known.
never
They're
done
wireless
before.
and shit. I thought it was like a MIDI.
Know what? Let's try the arpeggiator. And we can add some bass.
Do we need to explain bass?
Not really. It's bass. Want to play a tune?
This video is
Start
sick.
with the one chord.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. And let's do that 3 minor.
Shut
That's
up.
nice.
That just.
Wait, what is that? You're not allowed to do that.
Oh,
But
so
now
it just
that
adds
we
a bass
hear
now.
it,
Okay.
we realize that it sounds pretty good. Found an idea you like? You can loop it around. Loop it around. Loop it around. Loop it around.
I was gonna say that sounds really, but yeah. So they, because the high chord is
What'll
similar.
this song become next?
It's kind of a similar vibe.
Ready to try the melody
But the
again?
sounds coming out of this does sound.
Can you
better.
hear it clearly yet? Okay,
Okay.
it's starting to feel good. Sounds like it wants some drums.
Hold on.
But that's just your first idea. Things could go somewhere else entirely. Now plug that MIDI in.
True.
Send that idea anywhere.
Ooh.
You know it when you hear it. There. You found it.
Hold on.
See? An ideas machine doesn't have ideas for you. It just helps you find what's on your mind.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of an immediate cop when I see it, but here's the deal. If I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to find out, they got hit with tariffs. So it was $549, which is already really expensive. Okay, boom, check it out. We've been working behind the scenes to try to minimize tariffs for our US customers. We won't get into the weeds. All you need to know is instead of paying $715, you can expect the all-in price to be closer to $625. For the rest of the dude, I thought living in the US, it used to be cool. Like the US used to get all the stuff, but now look what's happening. It's affecting the music. I try not to pay attention to the news and politics, right? But then it's like, if you were here earlier in the stream, you remember the green tea situation, okay? Strike one, and then the Nintendo Switch situation. And now this, and look, they said, guess what? You're not going to have to pay $7.15, but you are going to have to pay $6.25. While the rest of the world pays $5.49. $5.49 was already kind of a lot, right? So here's the question, guys. Cop or drop? Okay, so it's dropping tomorrow for US. I think the worldwide drop is already happening. So they've already admitted to only having 3,000 of them available. The rest of the world are having a drop in 8 hours. But I think the one for US isn't until like 4 p.m. PST tomorrow. How many does the rest of the world get? What if the rest of the world buys most of them? You know what I'm saying? And then right here, okay, 824 interested. Okay, so if only 824 people are there, does that mean only about 800 of them would actually buy? I don't know, but you guys tell me in the chat, cop or drop. I'm leaning towards cop, but 625 is a lot, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It is a synth, but the only thing that makes it different is it has that chord feature. That's what makes it cool. But do we really need the chords, bro? Like, I got the high chord, and this was also like $300. That was expensive. It is a special piece. It is a special piece, bro. There's a lot of other gear I won for that price. But let's keep it a bean, guys. This is who you're talking to right now. I ain't trying to flex. Okay. This is who you're talking to right now. So, it's a cop. You know what I'm saying? We gonna cop that shit, bro. You know, we finna cop that shit. This video was a setup. You know I'm copping that shit, bro. Come on now. You know I got a cop. But again, honestly, it's a cop or drop for you guys, for real. As a producer, influencer, I got a cop. But let's hope I can cop. I love the functionality of that Orchid. But does anyone have one, though? Because it's been out. It's been out, dude. Let's see. Does anyone have a short video of them using it? Let's see some shorts. This is the world we live in now. It sounds great, dude. It sounds great. Okay, I don't like that angle, bro. It's a little too intimate, bro. Okay, you can do it with MIDI and shit. I don't want to watch this whole video, but I gotta see what somebody who actually has it has used it.
So, let's say we want to play an F major 7 chord. We would hold down the major button and add the major 7 extension button, and then simply press the F key on the keyboard.
One thing I've learned with the high chord is what makes it cool. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it. Obviously, I'm in the key of C. And again, this could just be my limited knowledge. I never like how these sound. I only really like the D, F. Oh my God. Oh my God. Shit just stuck to my finger and came off. Guys, it's built well. Trust me. Okay, we're good. But yeah, like, don't get something like this and expect to just make good beats right away. You still need to know a little bit of music theory.
Scrolling the first one changes between the 40 included sound patches.
40 sounds is pretty good.
The second controls the perform function. If we simply click the knob in, we will see the different performance modes.
That's a good amount of
modes.
modes.
There is strum in 1 or 2 octaves, which is a simple rolled chord effect.
That's pretty good.
Then there's slop, which is kind of a sloppy, more humanized rolled chord.
That's pretty good.
There's an arpeggiator in 1 or 2 octaves, each having the ability to do 8th or 16th notes up or down or both directions. Then there's pattern mode, which includes different rhythmical patterns. Lots of great possibility for creation in these patterns. And finally, we have harp mode. Just listen to this one. It is so freaking cool. Man, I love that. The final yellow knob controls the effects.
Pretty good.
And if we push it in, we see that we have 3 different effects to choose from. These 3 change based on the sound patch that we choose. The remaining black knobs control other features of the synth. This one right next to the yellow knobs is called key, and it is particularly handy.
Does that mean you can play the notes?
then any note we play on the keyboard will automatically play the correct chord associated with that note in that key, even without using one of the buttons. We can then just use the extension buttons to add extensions onto those chords if we want. This completely delivers on the promise of allowing someone who doesn't know theory to create complex chord
You don't need theory. Okay, that's awesome.
progressions with ease. We literally can't play a wrong note in this mode. It's a very clever feature. We have a looping mode available where we can create up to a 16-bar loop and then play melodies on top of it. These two speakers at the top, they're nothing miraculous in terms of sound quality, but they get the job done for auditioning ideas or just having a play around. Here's a little bit of what they sound like as best as I could capture it.
That's not bad at all.
Function of the USB port is to send and receive MIDI. It does not send audio via the USB cable, but it will act as a MIDI controller and send its own MIDI data into our DAW. In connecting it to my system, I found the Orchid to be very plug and play. I plugged it into the front of my Mac Studio via USB-C, and my computer and Logic Pro recognized it right away. However, I did experience some bugs where the connectivity would drop out unexpectedly. I'm sure this is something that will be fixed in a future update, but it is something to be aware of. When it does happen though, all I had to do was shut the Orchid down, unplug the cable from my computer, wait a few seconds, then plug the cable back in, and then power up the Orchid.
Let's keep it a bean. That was a lot of steps. Oh wait, what did you say? There was another firmware update after the one Chris uses in this video. The part of it once you... That's true. Yeah, this is sick, honestly.
It displays the word MIDI on the LCD when it boots back up, and it's good to go. When it's connected via USB, the Orchid will send out 3 channels of MIDI.
Oh, that's
On channel
cool.
1, there's the performance information. For example, this will be all the notes that the arpeggiator is playing broken out into individual MIDI notes. On channel 2, it's just the bass MIDI information. And then on channel 3, there are the raw chords. This is kind of like a backup as it's not strictly needed to play back what is recorded, but it's really nice to have access to in case you want to layer another instrument in your production with the same chords.
That is
In Logic Pro, this means we can set up 3 separate MIDI tracks to record each of these channels separately. Add an audio track to record the live audio, and we have a very flexible recording setup with the Orchid.
Oh, that is sick. Yeah, that's smart, dude.
There are a few other small features that didn't fit into my main overview that I absolutely love and want to share. First is that you can change the LCD to display more than just the name of the chord. And I really love Geekout mode, which shows you the name of the chord, the note names within the chord, and a diagram of where those notes are on the keyboard. That is some music nerdery after my own heart right there.
That's good for learning.
And speaking of music nerds, if you press 3 of the chord extensions together, it calls the chord a jazz chord. And if you press all 4 of the extensions together, it calls it a WTF chord. Man, I'm just a sucker for little Easter eggs like that. The different play styles in the options menu is also a nice thing to have.
Okay, bro, fuck it. I'm sold. It's cop. If we're talking about cop or drop, it's cop. The only downside is the price. But what I will say is, bro, this team's very flexible. I'll keep it a bean. I buy a lot of shit, okay, like for music. And this seems flexible enough to I could see myself actually using it on a daily basis. So tomorrow at, I think, 4 p.m. my time, PST, is when it's going to come out for me. And I'm going to try my best to get it. And it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Yo, please do. Please do. I'm going to try too. Honestly, this comforts me. The fact that the only way to get the password is through Patreon, and right here it says only 825 say they're interested and they have 3,000 of them. I'm pretty confident that we can probably all get one. So hopefully that works. I think it's actually possible. So I think we might all be able to get one, but again, it's expensive, bro. So, bro, we're in line right now. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute for the Orchid, bro. 1 minute. Bro, people in the chat with a fake password. Get my fucking payment info. All right, let's go, boy. 44 seconds. Man, chill out, dog. The fuck? 27 seconds, whatever, dog. It's just, I don't buy shoes or nothing, so. Bro, people are really in the chat with the misinformation, talking about passwords, talking about sold out. Y'all are fucked up. You're in line to check out. Processing payment. Okay. Done. Order is being processed. Boom. We got it. Woo! We got it, boy. We fucking got it. All right, so copper drop. We just copped. That was easy. I'm not gonna lie. That was the smoothest process ever. So I want to see how long it takes for it to sell out. But yeah, we got it. Stay tuned for when it ships. It ships June. I'll be doing some videos on it.
I am Barack Obama. I am Barack Obama.